Hey guys, it's yours truly coming back at you all with another one, and today I will be teaching you all how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And simply because I've been getting a lot of questions on, how do I formulate these combos and strategies, and how do I know when to chain this and when to activate that in response to this effect and that. And basically, like I try to explain to everyone, is that you really need no real genius to play Yu-Gi-Oh! All you need is a large in-depth knowledge of all of the active cards in your current format, and knowing how to effectively use and counter cards and or effects. And in Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically there are only three real ways to win a duel. One is the old-fashioned way, which is reducing your opponent's life points to 0. Second way is to deck your opponent out, which is causing them to draw whenever they have no cards left in their deck. And third way to win is via a win condition such as Exodia or Destiny board. Within those three win conditions for win, basically all the cards in the game are divided into three categories: monsters, spells, and traps. So basically in the game, if your opponent is unable to play monster cards, spell cards, and trap cards, then they cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! So the best way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! is prevention. Prevention meaning that you're utilizing cards that cause your opponent to be unable to play or activate card effects, such as Majesty's Fiend, which says that your opponent cannot activate monster effects. Vanity's Fiend, where your opponent is unable, either player is unable to special summon. Thunder King Riharu, neither player is allowed to add cards from their deck to their hand except during their draw phase. Imperial Iron Wall, cards like Jinzo, neither you or your opponent can activate trap cards. Spell Canceller, same thing, unable to play spell cards. And also another prevention method is also hand and or deck destruction, because when your opponent is unable to have cards to play, they can no longer play the game. So cutting down their combo pieces, such as cutting into their hand by sending cards from their hand to the graveyard or back to the deck, really reduces their chances of getting that vital OTK or that win condition that they're looking for, trying to get to their combinations by utilizing 2 to 3 cards for whatever number of cards that they use to really dominate the duel or get the advantage in the duel, by cutting it down by using cards effects such as Thesaurus, the Firestorm Monarch that sends a random card from your opponent's hand back to the deck. To the graveyard. Trishula, and listen to me when I say Trishula is the go-to. That is gotta be one of the greatest of all time effects. It doesn't target, and you get to banish. Listen to me, not send back. You get to eliminate out of the entire duel 1 card from your opponent's hand, 1 from the field, and 1 from the graveyard, and it does not target. That is so OP. Erebus, the Underworld Monarch, Sylvia, Warlord of Dark World, Delinquent Duo, XX Saber Gotham's, and back in my day when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The most effective way was Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. That was just a beastly dragon tough to contend with, and comboed with Sanguine, it erased all of the opponent's cards in their hand on the field, and then Sanguine would get you Yada, and then it would create the Yada lock, and you would literally spit in your opponent's face with Yada Garasu. So when it's their turn, it's like, alright, draw phase, no draw. Main phase 1, I have no cards in hand, no cards on field, end turn, and then right back to Yada back on the field, slap them in the face again, and repeat the same cycle. But prevention is the most effective way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The second most effective way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! is to either stun or negate your opponent's effects. Well, stun is just another word for negate. You'd use cards like Royal Decree, Imperial Order, Cyber Dragon Infinity, Hope Harbinger, Shooting Quasar Dragon, Solemn Warning, Solemn Strike, Solemn Scalding, Solemn Judgment. Also keep in mind that monster effects, because of the spell speed of counter traps being 3, monster effects cannot chain to counter trap cards. So if you're in a battle with an assault mode Stardust Dragon, if you can activate a counter trap card to counter his effect or counter anything on the field on the whole, his effect cannot activate or chain to it. So also keep that in mind. And stunning and negating is the most second best way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The third best way, whenever you cannot prevent your opponent from playing cards or stun or negate those effects or summons, you would nuke the board. And everybody knows nuking the board is very powerful. So using cards like Dark Hole, Regieki, Torrential Tribute, Heavy Storm, Happy's Feather Duster, Twin Twister, Black Rose Dragon, anything along those lines to just clear the field off of those troublesome cards is the third most effective way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The fourth most effective way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is through alternate methods, because you have cards that are unable to be targeted or destroyed by card effects, so you would have to use alternate methods to get rid of them. Cards like Bezel of the Diabolical Dragons, you would have to use cards like Castell that can send it back to the extra deck, Silent Honor to take it to equip it to himself as an overlay unit, or punish it with Karma Cut, or send it back to the hand with Neospatian Grand Mole or a compulsory evacuation device. If you don't have any of those methods in the deck, using cards like Soul Exchange, the Monarch Stormforth, Kaiju, or Lava Golem, Winged Dragon of Rasfemo to tribute it off the field. Kaiju's tribute 1, Lava Golem tributes 2, Winged Dragon of Ra mode tributes 3. If those methods don't work, then you can always use cards like Mind Control to take control of your opponent's cards or monster and use it for an alternate effect, such as with Cyber Valley to banish the Cyber Valley, their monster, draw 2 cards, or use it for a Synchro Summon, Exceed Summon, or Fusion Summon if it comes under the required monster you're trying to summon. And when alternate methods do not work, then you do it the old-fashioned way, and that's simply by having more attack points via using equip cards and or power-up effects, which would be the fifth way. Back in the day, it was the most, well, I wouldn't say the most, it was really beat stick back in the day, because you didn't have a lot of high-powered monsters to match up to a Blue Eyes or a Dark Magician, because basically a lot of the monsters back then, they were like, you know, they weren't all that strong. They had level 5 monsters with only like 1550 attack points. You're like, why would I want to sacrifice to summon this when I can summon a level 4 with 1600 attack points or 1900 attack points, and, you know, just have the upper hand in the duel on the whole. But basically, other than those 5 ways to effectively play Yu-Gi-Oh!, it would just come down to your deck strategy, build, whatever you decide as your deck concept, how you put in, utilize cards, take out, how you side out in matches. And like I said, you need no real genius to play this game. All you need is a large or a great deal of knowledge on all of the active cards in your current meta or format, and basically all that is cards that are not banned that can be used, whether they are limited, semi-limited, or unlimited. Being familiarized with as many of them, if not all of them, as humanly possible, and understanding how each of them work, how to both utilize and counter them, is what's going to really help you to stay in the game and be a more effective player in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's basically it for how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you like this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And tomorrow I'll be doing my top 20 best spell cards for this Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. I'll be bringing you all my top 20 strongest spell cards in the current game that aren't banned, that people should look into utilizing in their decks. And yeah, so until next time, later.